Good morning.
Morning is the word. Good is not.
Yes, morning is the word. We're all still really wiped out. Oh, and for those of you asking where you can get the Cascade Heavy Rescue, I never said I was good at this sweater that a bunch of you have been emailing me about. But I don't have sweaters yet. This is one that was just made for me. Only t-shirts for now. I'll work on getting sweaters up there.
Yeah.
You're doing way better in the elevator. Good job.
Yeah, not all nervous.
So now we're gonna go try to find some food and start the next day.
And medication.
Medication.
Food and medication.
Yeah. Okay, we got a McDonald's breakfast. We got our Monsters. We got our.
And we determined that we are 7% better. Not 50%, not 90%, like
I don't know where this wee stuff is coming from.
Well, I mean, you said it doesn't
lots
hurt.
of Advil. So now we're trying to get through
I'm on
LA.
dose number 2.
No, I'm catching up to you. We're trying to get through LA traffic to one of Ben's friends' shops and trying to navigate our way. I'm trying to be a navigator and Ben's driving, so my directions are not quite translating, so we're gonna do this a little different now. We're gonna go old school rally style.
And I basically said, I don't care how you do it. That works. Oh, there goes your phone. That's the navigating thing. I need that. It's the electronic Google. Oh, we got a green light. How'd that happen? Okay. I feel like we're going to be on this road for a while. I'm going. Stop yelling with your hand. You're yelling. See? Golly. Okay, got it. Roger, Dodge.
Yeah. He's got duct tape holding the lid on his hydraulic tank. And just this beautiful trailer.
Everything about that truck is a DOT violation.
Yeah.
Everything about this road is a DOT violation.
Why are these roads so bad?
And it's not just one of them, it's all of them. Every single one of them sucks.
There's the Los Angeles River. That's a real thing.
It's a real thing. Okay.
So we're in Anaheim now. Unload some parts. Jason got these parts for his Scout. What is rigged supply?
Yeah, that's correct. You actually said it right. Usually people say rigid.
Rigged supply.
Yeah.
R-I-G-D. And they make cool swing out tire carriers for like Jeeps all out. We're gonna get one for my Cherokee.
Yeah. That'll be sick.
And Ben really just wants to show off his car. That was the whole reason for.
It's all good.
We had a 12-foot flatbed. You put all the parts right here just so you had to open the door.
Yeah, you don't forget about the side door over there. Like, why would you mess with that?
So what's cool about this is a California car, 2-owner car, original black paint car. It's never been painted. It's never been taken apart.
So we're here in the rig shop. Ben is getting the full tour from Jason. And the best part about the place, it's all dog people. They're loving Lucy and she's having a blast. So we're checking out sort of the final assembly area. They make all their own cardboard boxes and everything in-house. And then we're gonna run over and check out one of the finished products that's actually been well used and abused on Jason's personal Scout that he's building, which is why Ben's here. So we're just gonna get the quick tour of the shop here. Go check that out. So on the Cherokee, I don't have any tire care or anything like that on the back because it's had tracks on it most of the time. So obviously I don't need a spare tire, but I do want one, but I don't want a full-time big bumper tire swing out on it. So I've been looking at the hitch mounted, receiver mounted swing outs, but I haven't really liked any of them because they all rattle and bounce. This is the rigged Ultra Swing that Jason builds here down in Anaheim. This one locks in place with a wedge design, doesn't rattle, doesn't move, and unlike all the other ones, it's not just a tire carry, it's got all the same accessories as like what a full-on bumper and tire swing would have. So Jason's gonna show us what all this has. That way, see all the different accessories and options and why I want it.
Cool. All right, so you did a really good job. I don't really know what else to say, but we'll go ahead and cover it. So rigged Ultra Swing, it's hitch mounted, it's tow rated, it's wobble free. We have a machined wedge system that locks in there, so you torque it to 85 foot-pounds. You throw a hitch pin in there and you're good to go. It has a dual kind of latch system. So currently you just have your latch here, your main latch. This is our ultra latch, billet aluminum latch. We have custom ODI grip that you probably noticed from like a mountain bike or a dirt bike. Chromoly link, heat treated pins, and a steel latch tip. So I'll go ahead and swing it open, show you guys some of the other features and kind of design elements. We got all the accessories that you would find commonly on a full bumper. So right now, like I was showing these guys, I just have this because we needed a lot of fuel on our trip through Death Valley. But if we needed to access our cutting board, slides right out. It's an all-weather cutting board, BPA free.
Which it would make perfect sense to remove your fuel can before using your covered cutting board anyway, because if you're using your cutting board, you're probably cooking.
Yeah,
and you don't want your fuel can here when you're cooking.
Yeah, we actually have when you buy these from us, we have a warning label right here. It says, hey, we shouldn't even have to say this, but please remove fuel before you start cooking here. So a configuration that we really like is doing a 2-gallon Rotopax with a Go Westy spout. So all you have to do is do a little quarter turn. You have water right there. You use this as your cutting service. You got your stove here.
Because with the 2-gallon, this still slides out and works with the 2-gallon in place.
Exactly. So you can run up to a 3.5-gallon, but it just blocks that.
So in a perfect world, maybe you run a 2-gallon water here because that's where your cutting board and your cooking surface
and then if you actually need that fuel, like you said here, you have a 5-gallon here. This is actually a new product that we recently launched, and it's actually a skid step. So
Lucy loves it.
We were always, you know, around camp and stuff. Luke has kids, Kyle has kids. We were always just like watching the kids step up on this just little nubby receiver, or we were just afraid, you know, the little ones are gonna run into it. And also just having a roof rack, being able to step up and have something that's, when it's rainy, muddy, whatever, you can step up on it. But we were like, you know, how do we really maximize what we're doing here? A step is cool, you can use it as a seat, but also, so we boxed it in and made it a skid plate, and we left this side open, one, so you can access your lock, but also you can actually throw a high lift tooth on there. We actually lifted our Transit 3500, all the wheels off the ground, off this mount.
Okay, the best part about this setup for me is right here on this one. It has a step attachment, but the step attachment is just, it comes off this accessory piece, and underneath this is a 2-inch receiver rated the same as the 2-inch receiver it goes into. So for me, I can put my Yankum rope pull point in there and still do kinetic recoveries off the back of this with my Yankum rope, even with this in my receiver, which is a huge benefit. I can pull this off of the Cherokee and throw it on the wheelies. If I need extra gas and spare tire and all that on the wheelies to go on a longer trip with that, I can just take this off and go put it on the wheelies and not have to have like a dedicated big swing out bumper and all that stuff on that one that's a really lightweight, don't want all that extra stuff on it. I have that option now. I can just pull it off, throw it back on the Cherokee or any vehicle with a 2-inch receiver.
Yeah, literally
like Ram.
My Ram, my pickup.
In the last like 2 years, I've had a Ram 2500, a Ford F-150 Raptor, the Scout, Toyota Tacoma, Lexus GX 470, which is like the fancy SUV, but it's like kind of like a 4th gen 4Runner. Toyota pickup,
and the same one transfers back and forth between all of them.
All you really need to change is the mounting plate for the spare tire for the bolt holes. So
exactly.
If it has a different bolt hole pattern on it.
But also, you don't even have to change the wheel pattern. You just have to adjust the lugs because we've machined this wheel plate. So these are basically, that has a captured nut. So you loosen these, you flip your wheel upside down, you figure out where the top lug is and where the 2 bottom holes are, line up, you cinch them down, and essentially it is locked into that wheel plate. So you don't have to buy a new wheel plate at all.
You just have to adjust it.
You just have to adjust
multiple lug patterns.
So like say like this is the 8-lug wheel plate. If I wanted to run this on our F250 Super Duty, all I would do is pull these 2 bottom lugs out and move them to the 8-lug section. Yep. Put the wheel there, line it up, same unit, same wheel plate.
So it literally is universal throughout the platform.
Multi-fit wheel plate fits everything all the way up to 6-lug. Multi-fit 8-lug goes 8-lug all the way down to 5-lug. So
and then me on the travel, I'll get the multi-fit.
You get the multi-fit, exactly.
Because it's 3/4 ton.
Yep, okay. You're dialed. The thing we wanted to do is we always wanted to give a good name to hitch-mounted products, and we wanted to like kind of eradicate the stigma of these tire carriers can't be good. They're not built for off-road. We didn't build rock crawling products. This is not a hitch-mounted rock slider, but it is something that we're like, you know what? in our opinion, we've tried to think of everything possible. We've tried to lean only on experience and only selling experience. We're not trying to sell you something that is conjecture and opinion. We're trying to just tell you, this is what we set out to do, and this is what it's doing. This is what we're here to build, a good product in the US that gives you the maximum amount of functionality and modularity out of your hitch without compromising really anything.
This setup here takes away every concern or issue I had with what I've seen with hitch-mounted receivers or carriers on the market. It kind of eliminates all of them and gives me all the things I need for the recovery of the pull point I can actually pull from.
Exactly.
That wheel pattern being modular, you can change it without having to buy multiple
So when you
plates.
if you're like, hey, I want it for my Cherokee right now, but then you're like, huh, I just picked up this 3/4 ton pickup that would be awesome. I'm gonna do a full build, and you're like, you're not gonna build a tire carrier bumper for that?
No.
I'm not gonna build a tire carrier bumper for that. If I wanted a tire carrier bumper, I'd just hit up Sean. I'd be like, Sean, you make one, you make a workman bumper, and I'm gonna give you my $2 grand for it.
Well, that's a whole nother component to this thing.
Yeah.
For a vehicle like mine, it doesn't matter. For a vehicle like this is the classic Scout bumper.
Step bumper.
That's just how they were. And if you're doing such like a classic retro build here, classic, you don't want a full off-road rock crawling bumper.
Yeah,
You can have all the same features and keep your classic Scout bumper. You want to go to the car show and just be clean, cruise around town, get groceries, pop that thing off of there.
Exactly.
And your back end's wide open. It's just classic clean.
Exactly.
I love it.
Yep. Well, yeah, thanks for you know, sharing to your audience and coming by. We're super stoked to see what vehicles in your guys' fleet we can get set up with these things. We'd be stoked on having the support. You know, we're still a really small company. We're doing the best we can to keep all the manufacturing here and build upon that narrative and get, you know, manufacturing and keep jobs here and just build the best products we possibly can right here. So we appreciate it.
So when are you coming up to Bend?
We will be up in Bend for the Overland Expo Pacific Northwest show. So I think that's in July. Kyle?
July, yeah, mid-July.
Yeah,
so
8th through 10th, yeah.
You're bringing one of these up for me?
Yeah.
And we'll get it thrown on, and one for Ben.
Yeah.
And we'll get it thrown on. You have to check out on my Jeep, and then I can get to finally start using it.
We'll see you guys in a few months. So.
All right, so we're heading out of here. Like I said, it's a rig supply. That was kind of a surprise. I knew we were going to see one of Ben's friends. I didn't know.
It was very difficult to not tell you what it is because I knew it was a product that you would really like.
Yeah, this was not like a setup sponsorship. I'm going to sponsor the product type of thing. Like I knew nothing about what they made or
because
who we were going to see.
I just said we're going to see my friend. I got to take him some Scout parts. And he does really cool stuff and makes these things for off-road trucks and basically builds these things in case he's like, okay, whatever. But I struggled with like actually telling you what it was because I knew when you saw the product, you're like, hey, that would be really cool for my Cherokee, my Willys, my pickup truck. Like I can use that on everything, which you guys obviously will see.
All of that was impromptu and not a sponsorship deal and not because you said me give me a free one or anything like that. Like that was totally just a spur of the moment. It was a super cool product, so I wanted to show you guys type of thing. And that's his super cool Raptor that of course has one of those carriers on the back. And now Ben is looking up, trying to find a hotel or something in El Segundo is where we're going next. Yeah. We're going to El Segundo to go meet up with some more friends of Ben's. Who knows what they do? Who knows what they make? I don't know. It's all a surprise to me at this point because Ben didn't tell me anything we're doing and I didn't actually even ask either. I just got in the truck and took off to Southern California.
Look, I told you we were going to go down here and I had a bunch of friends to go meet up with. And if I told you everything that we were doing, you'd be like, well, that's cool, but I don't want to, or that's cool and I don't think we should, or you could do that by yourself.
Why do you make it seem like I want to rain on the whole parade?
I don't know, because your face is falling off.
It happens.
Yeah. So I wanted to surprise you because I thought it'd be really cool. LA, you can keep this. No offense to anybody.
They're living on the overpass.
Yeah, no offense to anybody that lives here, homeless or not. No offense, but you guys can keep it. This is not for me. This is the definition of a concrete jungle.
Okay, we are at the hotel here in El Segundo. I'm seeing if we can figure out where we're going to park this long thing. Get enough out of the way. Okay, those two very helpful hotel workers got us our own parking spot, roped off with some chairs. How about that one-shot backup? Hey, no, I turned the camera off when you did that.
Really?
No.
thought I was doing good.
You did do good. I'm so proud of you. So proud. All right, so we're checked into our hotel here. We got a couple hours of time to kill before we got to go on to our next adventure with Ben's other friends that I don't know or what they do. So I'm gonna do a little bit of editing on this video so I can post it first thing in the morning, and then catch back up when we head out to that adventure.
Now we have to go down here. There's a road that goes to the back, right?
So we are at the Motor Trend Studios. Why?
Why? It's still a surprise. I mean, we're meeting some friends. I told you we're going to meet some friends.
Motor Trend is your friends?
Well, some people that work there.
So we are here at the Truck Show studio. We just finished up a podcast with the Truck Show guys, and you'll be able to see that where and when-ish.
This will air Monday. It goes live.
Nope, a week from Monday.
A week from Monday.
Yep.
Whatever he said. That's when it goes live.
This should be episode 226. So if you go to Apple, Google, Spotify, Pandora, anywhere, you can find a podcast. Unlike you, we don't do video, so we just do all audio, and
you can see why.
Yeah, because we've got faces for radio. We know it.
Yes.
So we just finished a podcast, had a lot of fun, talked about Ben's business, talked about Ben's new car, talked about my business a bit. Just had some fun, so go check it out. Oh look, Ben had to open the back door again. Imagine that. You didn't want to be on a podcast, you just wanted to share your car to more people.
Shut up.
I'm still here.
Honoring.
How do you have so much energy?
We played with Holden the whole time.
So we're done with the podcast, which I didn't know we were going on a podcast, but
I win. I surprised him again.
I lost now. I didn't know what I was going to say. So now you got me screwed up because I didn't do this on the podcast. I totally forgot what I was going to say. So we're going to call this a night, and we'll see you guys tomorrow morning.